Welcome to my channel where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election. But in this video, we are going to go outside of the presidential election and discuss a very troubling development in Christendom in Nigeria, where once again Christianity has come under attack by the National Assembly of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And before I go further on this, if you are new to my channel, you have not yet uh, subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, there is a bill in the Nigerian Senate to regulate Christian religion. To regulate Christian religion in Nigeria. In fact, senators have pushed that bill, which is established to bring into existence, the aim of that bill is to bring into existence a national center for Christian education. Now, this particular bill has passed second reading. So in other words, it has gone far. And I will tell you why this is troubling if care is not taken. Now, this bill that has gone into second reading, according to its sponsors, the law will regulate and set standard for the practice of Christianity in Nigeria and strengthen religion for national cohesion. Many has considered this that it is a foolhardy step in the federal and state government's attempt to dabble into religion in a country like ours that is a secular state. Now, one reason for this bill, according to Binus Yaro from Adamawa South, is one of those who are supporting this bill. He claims to be a Christian too. Said that the proposed bill will correct the inappropriate practice of religion, which he said had caused problem in the past. Another Christian supporting this bill in the Senate is Stephanus Gyang, Plateau North. That somebody from Plateau North, knowing what people from Plateau have suffered because of religion crisis, is talking about this regulation. Shows you how far Christianity has degenerated in Nigeria. The law, according to Stephanus Gyang, the law will help by developing a curriculum for Christian education, curb hate and religious extremism, adding that religion can be a source of strength and national cohesion. How many times has Christians been involved in extremism in Nigeria that they need to be regulated? I will come to that later. Abamoro, another northern Christian from Benue South, believed that the center, when established, would help reverse prevailing inappropriate explanation of the Bible and the Quran. Now, mind you, Abamoro is talking about Quran here. This bill is purely to regulate Christianity and not to regulate Islam. He's being clever by half by mentioning Quran there, but that's not what the thing, in essence, means. Is purely to regulate Christianity. That's what it's all about. He said that, you know, this thing brings up a lot of questions about the secularity of Nigeria. And you and I know that in a secular multi-religious polity, any law investing the government with authority to determine appropriate or inappropriate practice of any religion is intrusive and beyond the state's powers. It violates the individuals and groups' right to freedom of worship. Only nations that are undemocratic or theocratic, like the regime in Iran or the Saudi Arabian government, or even the Communist Party in China, can regulate religion in that manner. Not a secular state like Nigeria that practices democracy and the freedom that comes with it. The right of the constitutional role of the government is to guarantee freedom of worship and enforce secular laws. Government cannot set standard for the practice of Christianity or any other faith. It can only make and enforce laws ensuring that no religious practice or activity violates others' rights or disrupt public peace or break any law. That's what's supposed to be. Now, why this is strange that of all the myriads of problems facing Nigeria, the one that should be of paramount importance to these senators is how to regulate Christianity in Nigeria. Now, Christianity is their problem in the National Assembly, in the Senate. Of all the problems of Nigeria, let's go on. Now, the 1999 Constitution expressly forbid the adoption of state religion. But we know that successive governments keep on patronizing religion, keep on investing in religion, keep on trying to use religion to gain mileage. That's why you see people being sponsored to go on pilgrimage to Jerusalem and to Saudi Arabia by state governments and even federal governments. Something that should be the private affairs of individuals, but they use it to curry favor. So state governments will rank it among its dividends of democracy that it was able to send 1,000 to Jerusalem or 2,000 to Mecca. It's only in Nigeria that those things happen in a democracy. Now, we all know that Section 38 of the 1999 Constitution provide for individual freedom of thought, conscience, and religion, including freedom to change one's religion or belief. It confers inalienable rights or freedom, either alone or in community with others, and in public or private, to manifest and propagate his religion or belief in worship, teaching, and observance. Now, the National Assembly is seeking to usurp these rights with the bill, and Nigerians should resist it, especially Christians in Nigeria should resist it by every lawful means. And of course, every other Nigerian who will not want to see government dabble into the private religious lives of Nigerians should oppose it. So it is troubling. And you know why this is troubling? It's because it is Christianity they want to regulate. And you ask yourself, what is so extremism What is so extreme in the practice of Christianity in Nigeria that deserves to be curtailed, that deserves to be moderated, that deserves to be pushed back? And I dare ask, is it Christians that have killed over 60,000 Nigerians in the northeast of Nigeria and created over 3 million IDPs that they need to be regulated and the operations of the church moderated? Is it Christians and the teachings by Christians that have led to the kidnappings, that led to the kidnapping of the Chibok girls in Borno State in 2014, that Christians need to be regulated in Nigeria? And Christians are in the Senate and they are voting for this bill. Is it Christians and Christian teaching that inspired killings and sacking of Christian communities in Plateau, in Benue, in Taraba, in Nasarawa, and elsewhere that the religion need to be regulated? That is a question for the Christian senators in particular to answer. Who were there when this bill passed first and second reading in the National Assembly? Is it Christians and through the Christian teachings that some Nigerians trap themselves with bomb, suicide bomb, to kill people, that National Assembly needs to regulate them? And how the churches are teaching them. That Christians were in the Senate when this bill passed second reading shows how cheap Christians have sold themselves in Nigeria. That is why they are treated like trash now in Nigeria. That's why they can kick them like football. And you see Christians among those defending why they should be kicked harder. You see Christians everywhere saying, why not kick us harder as long as Nigeria will be better? Because in their warped imagination, their religion meant nothing as long as their pockets are filled up. And they think that it can serve the purposes of their paymasters. Some have argued that to regulate Christianity, the reason to regulate Christianity is because of the abuse of the religion by pastors. That's balderdash. There is no religion that cannot be abused, and there's no religion that is immune from being abused. So then why did they single out Christianity for regulation? Why Christianity of all religions in Nigeria? There was no Senate didn't want to regulate Islam. They didn't want to regulate traditional religion. They didn't want to regulate Buddhism. They didn't want to regulate any other religion. But it's Christianity they want to regulate. Recall also that the Christian Association of Nigeria also rejected another law targeted at Christian and the church in Nigeria, the Companies and Allied Matters Act, the so-called CAMA 2020, as it applies to the churches. President Muhammad Buhari had on August 7 signed the CAMA bill into law, giving provisions for religious bodies and charity organizations to be regulated by the registrar of the Corporate Affairs Commission and the supervising minister. In that CAMA, there was no provision to regulate Islam or traditional religion. Christianity was the same target. And there are Christians in the National Assembly, in the Senate, when this CAMA was passed. Where were they? Where were the Christians when the CAMA law was passed? And if you ask them, they will blame that there were abuses by pastors, churches are doing this and that. Some have even told me that because pastors are collecting money and they need to be regulated. Did any pastor force anybody to give money? The monies in the church are voluntarily given. I'm yet to see anybody, even the tithes that people complain about. I'm yet to see anybody who they put gun on his head and tell him to pay your tithes or you are dead. We all are reasonable people. If you don't want to pay a tithe, you can move on. There are so many churches that they don't require you, they don't even talk about tithe, or they don't even tell people to pay their tithe. So you can move to those churches. Is that the reason why Christianity must come under attack in Nigeria? Do you know what Christianity has done to this country? The reason there were more Christian educated people in Nigeria than any other religion in this country is because of the church, the foundation it laid in providing education. For over 100 years now, they have been the one that molded the characters of Nigerians. The reason why Nigerian society has broken down irredeemably the way it is today, corruption walks on four legs throughout the whole country, is when religion, especially Christianity, removed his hand. Government took over schools under the guise that Nigeria is a secular state. They collected all the schools from the missionaries. And now the same government is trying to regulate religion, Christianity in particular. Because that's what this bill is all about. It's not about the regulation of Islam. It's not about the regulation of traditional religion. Now, at the time when this CAMA law was passed and signed into, it had already been signed by Buhari, Khan said that it was unacceptable. But what Khan was saying was already late. Where were the Christians in National Assembly when they passed that law? Where were they? They appeared unconcerned, just as many of them were unconcerned about the Muslim ticket of the APC. It is now that some of them want to be Senate president. They are now telling Nigerians that it's not good to have a Muslim Senate president. That's like crying when the head had been cut off. Those APC Christian people who are looking for Senate president, as far as I'm concerned, they don't even deserve it. How many votes did they give to the APC? In fact, the Muslims should take over the whole National Assembly, from the Speaker to the Senate, everywhere, while Nigerians are waiting what the Supreme Court will say about the petition of peterobi. So that's how Christianity has boxed itself into irrelevance in Nigeria. Because those who profess to be Christians apparently are not Christians. Because if they were Christians, what is happening to the way they treat them, this kind of law will not even come from them. You cannot get their support. In fact, people will be scared to bring up such a law. People will be scared. But Christians in Nigeria has reached the point of see finish. Because they are the one demarketing themselves, talking ill of themselves, Yet, Christianity and Christian practice has never been responsible for the killings of Nigerians, for the creation of over 3 million internally displaced persons, including creating about 1 million IDPs, 1 million refugees in Cameroon, in Chad, in Niger. Christians have never been part of it. There's nothing extremism about Christianity in Nigeria. In fact, Christians are the ones suffering a lot in this country. They are the ones that are being sacked from their communities. Go and read the reports by the United States Congress on the threat faced by Christianity in Nigeria. And you now realize that Christianity has become an endangered species in Nigeria. Yet, under that climate, some Christians are in the Senate, and the law to regulate Christianity pass second reading. That's a very shameful development for anybody who calls himself a Christian and is sitting there in the Senate and is supporting this bill to be passed into law. If you remember, about 7 years ago, there was an attempt by Kaduna State government to regulate preachings of, there was an executive bill by Nasru El-Rufai to regulate the practice of to regulate preaching in Kaduna State. Now that bill, it created a lot of problem in Kaduna. It created a whole lot of problem in Kaduna. And the bill, why it's even better than this one they are pushing now. It is at least that one. It was to regulate both Islam and Christianity. That's preachers of both religions, Islam and Christianity. It was a bill, that executive bill, to regulate the preaching of Islam and Christianity. It's a kind of maybe giving license to preachers of Christian religion or Islamic religion. Of course, there was a lot of opposition against it at that time. But this one was targeted at Christianity, and that Christianity could be in the same bracket with extremism is what I found very baffling. And Christians are even said to be the originators, because some of those who originated this bill, they call themselves Christians. That is what they send them to come and do in Abuja, to regulate Christianity and its practice. Because in their own warped imagination, it is Christianity that is causing the security problem we are having in Nigeria. When all of us know that it is because of the tolerance of Christians that Nigeria is at peace today. Thank you for watching this video, and if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you and yours. And please, don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. God bless you and yours.